we go. We're doing the thing, man. We are doing the thing. And so, welcome back to the Erskin Music Show. Hopefully, you guys can hear me today. I think we got some sound issues worked out yesterday. So, as soon as I hear from the 4, 3, 2, 1 eyes that are watching, comment section is turned on. We are ready to go. Day 2. Man, this is going to be an exciting adventure. Got that thing going on. So, we are back and better than ever. Better than last year for certain. And we're looking forward for a great season. We got some switcher action going on here. Look at that. So I can look at you guys from here. I love it. So yeah, good stuff going on here. Hope you guys are excited for a great day. Day 2. We are trying new things out. It's kind of a theme that we have here for this first week. We're going to be jumping into some new things. It's 2021. 2020 was quite the exciting year. Never thought that I'd be doing a daily show, but during the quarantine, I started doing a daily show and then found out I actually like doing a daily show and being able to interact with you guys because let's face it, you guys are all around the country and all around the world, depending on what time zone you're in. You see me when I come to your area, and that's great. We have a lot of time together. We frolic. We do the best that we can, but then I leave and then I'm gone. It's kind of like, well, where'd the guy go? Like, did he disappear? Is he still existing? Did he like vaporize or something? No, I still exist. I'm still here. Still excited to be a part of you guys' lives. And this is really kind of one of those cool things because it gives me an opportunity to hang out with you guys, even in the midst of us being separated from some miles. And so we are cruising today. We got some topics to get into. As I said, new things. What are the exciting things and new things that are happening in your life? What are exciting things that God is doing? Exciting things that God is showing you? What new is out there in your life? Let me talk just quickly about the topics for today. We have Black History Month that I'm going to be talking a little bit. And again, guys, this first week, I'm not diving deep into various things. We got some guests that are going to be coming on. And the momentum of the show is going to pick up because we've got guests coming on Thursday. I'll announce who that is a little bit later on in the show. Then we got guests coming on Tuesday and Thursday for the rest of the time that the show is going for the rest of the month. And then we're going to give way to the Way Forward broadcast that I'm going to be doing with my buddy Jason Plummer. And so we got some exciting things that are in store. We're excited about the opportunity. But we're talking about Black History Month today. I don't know why I would be talking about that, but it is Black History Month, and I'm going to talk about a little bit about Black History Month, just dive into a little bit of that. The second topic that we're going to be talking about today is Donald Trump. Yes, we're going to be talking about Donald Trump. We have spent a lot of time, at least on the Way Forward broadcast, talking about Donald Trump, and so Donald Trump historically begins his second impeachment trial, and I'm sure there's plenty of reaction out there about that. And we'll get into that a little bit later from a Christian view. All right. Let's get to some points of Thanksgiving. This comes to me from my buddy John Herron, who's up in Michigan. Love you guys. Look forward to seeing you guys next month or anytime you guys want to pop on the show. John, you can be a guest on the show. If you want to come on the show, I've been on his show before. I said, hey, you can be on my show as well. So if you're out there and you want to be a guest on the show, we'll schedule a time. We'll get you. My people will talk to your people, and we will get you on the show. All right. Since 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 3, we are always to give thanks to God for you, brothers, as is right, because your faith is growing abundantly, and the love of every one of you for one another is increasing. My question to you by way of devotion and by way of thought about the Lord is, what are you thankful for? What are you thankful for? Comment section is turned on there. Let me get the streamers going here. All right, just so you guys will have that information right there. Hello, world, season 2. What are you thankful for? There are new things in 2021 or in 2020 even as we lead from last year into this year. What are the new things that you guys are thankful for? And what does that look like in your life? Is there, new opportunities that you had not seen before? Is there new abilities that you have gained as a result of being in quarantine for almost a year or so and had to alter. I'm thankful for this show. I'm thankful for the skills to be able to do some different things like this. Bang, flying this banner in to let people know where you can find all the Erskine music. If you're new to the show and you've never seen this before, bear with me. I'm a music artist that doesn't mind talking about black people stuff, white people stuff. Well, that reminds me, I got a song called Black and White. I would usually play it at this time, but shameless promotion there. Yeah, so check out some Erskine music. Good opportunity for you guys who have never tuned in and know who this is to check out my music. For those of you who are just like, hey man, what's this guy up to? You get an opportunity to hear what's going on in the world of Erskin Animatarte. What are you thankful for? What is growing in your faith these days? Is there things that are changing? Are you getting stronger? Are you reading more? Are you talking to more people online and reaching more people this year as a result of what's going on? So how is your faith growing? What are you thankful for? Comes from 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 3. Well, I wanted to take a quick moment, switch out, and tell some people who are out there in North Carolina, I am very thankful for you, my North Carolina people, because you guys are doing a tremendous job of promoting some Erskine music out there. And I want to say the Travis Laughlin family, the entire family, you guys are beautiful. And thank you so much for all the support that you guys have given. If you guys are watching today, then, yep, you guys are watching. I see the laugh wells on there. Can you guys put a link up in the comment section to your YouTube channel? Because I want to promote that out to everybody. There's millions of people who are watching this. And as I went back yesterday, there were at least 200, I think maybe 200 people who viewed at some point the show. I want to get that information out to people. You guys are big supporters of the Erskine Music Show, and Erskine Music Show is big supporters of you guys. You. There's 5 of you, or 6 of you. There's 5. Anyway, great to see you guys, and great to see your name on there. Drop your information in the comments. Put it up there in just a second. All right, here we go. Back. So I want to say that I'm very thankful for their family, and I'm thankful for all of you guys that are out there. Man, you guys are doing such a fantastic job of supporting Erskine music. And for those of you who are watching, let's get into some topics today. I'm sorry. I'm out of order. Read your show notes, Erskine. Read the show notes. All right. So what we got going on here is I got a new song talking about people who have supported the show and people who have supported Erskine music. There's a new song out. The new song is called Be Brave. And I want to play you that song here in just a few moments. Comment section is turned on for the laugh wells. You guys can jump on here. Promise there'll be no swear words today. We have repented of our sin. But yeah, so that's coming to you here in just a few moments. But I was all out of order yesterday. I did not introduce the people who are in the studio with me. We got Big Head in the back over here, over my shoulder. He's looking over my shoulder. He's making sure. Hey, he tells me, hey, you just forgot to do this. And then I look at my show notes and then I remember it. Okay, cool. Yeah. So we got in the back behind me, you can see duck down. They're in the background there. Hair is covering them up, but that is some of the merchandise that you get. The love banner there has a little link to my website. And really, at some point, we're going to listen to Only Love. But without further ado, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's the song, Be Brave. All right. So if you're out there, make sure you have some space to dance around because this is the new release called Be Brave.
I'm surrounded by people watching me. They're watching me, watching my every single move. Something special is rising up. Yeah, it's rising up, coming from deep inside of me. Like a flame, it's the passion of my life. You can see it when you look into my eyes. I'll never be the same, yeah. Love makes me who I am today. everyone can hear the sound. We're gonna sing like we never did. Oh, we gotta sing until they hear the harmonies. Till everybody can hear the song. Let's have a party, everybody sing along. We'll never be the same, yeah. Love makes me who I am today. Love makes me who I am today. Makes me wanna be brave. Love makes me who I am today. Love makes me who I am today. Makes me wanna be brave. Wanna be brave. Come on. Throw your hands up, raise your voice up. Feel the power of the spirit move. Throw your hands up, raise your voice up. Feel the power. We'll never be the same, yeah. Love makes me who I am today. Makes me wanna be brave. Come on. Love makes me who I am today. Love makes me who I am today. Makes me wanna be brave. Wanna be brave. Love makes me who I am today. Love makes me who I am today. Makes me wanna be brave. Wanna be brave.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it. Dancing. Here we go. Let's get these people. Let's get the people up here. This is the YouTube channel that if you guys have not followed before, you guys need to follow. Check it out. This channel is hilarious. These girls that get on here, tremendous. And the family that gets on here is tremendous. They've got all sorts of scenes and skits that they do as a family. They are building their channel. They're building their brand, and I want to help build it as well. Just wonderful folks. And so, yeah, I probably, you know, M Craze 21. I'm out here dancing as well. And then Miyoshi, thank you for the dancing cat emoji. You know I hate cats. But you know what? If the cats dance to this song, I like those cats too. So anyway, thank you so much for that. All right. And you give it 9 out of 10. Thank you for that. 9 out of 10. That's tremendous. That's, you know what? That's pretty high. 9 out of 10. We'll take it. Let's do it. So let's continue on with the show. Like I said, I'm not going to take up a lot of your time. I'm going to be a lot more streamlined because I actually have some show notes. Want to thank you guys for that. But let's talk about Black History Month. And like I said, we're not doing a deep dive this week. We'll get more into this because the topic will come back up in later and subsequent weeks. But nothing is perfect. Thank you. I received that. Black History Month. It is, yes. And I happen to be Black. And so I'm talking about Black History Month. But if you're not Black, are you talking about Black History Month? See, that's the question that I wanted to just kind of put out there for everybody. Is Black History Month, what does that mean to people? And I heard a report. I'll kind of meander around a little bit while you're thinking about that. But I heard a report, and I think this was actually on the news, mainstream media, whatever that means, if they even do news anymore. And that's a completely different subject. But they were talking about how Asian violence in America has increased. And undoubtedly, I know there's a lot of people who are upset about coronavirus. They blame China for it. And there's, all sorts of accusations finger pointing out there. And so Asians have been being treated poorly in our country. There's injustice, so to speak. If we're talking about social justice, there's injustice in our land against Asian people. And it showed Asians being, hit and bullied and beat up on. I'm just going to come out here on the Erskin Music Show in Black History Month and say that is not appropriate. We're not having that. up in this thing, man. We got to love people and we got to show people the love of Christ. And that misses the mark completely. So if you're Asian out there, you're being discriminated against. If you're being hated, if you're being bullied out there, man, find a Christian that's out there, and yeah, we will stand up for what is right. You're made in the image of God. But I wanted to ask the question about Black History Month, because if you're not Black, what is the significance of Black History Month? And for those that are listening, because I know folks tune in from all over the globe, all over the nation. If you are Black, what is the significance of Black History Month? Because there is sort of this thing, I'm starting a Facebook group for Black music entrepreneurs. And so some of the thinking of that is that reverse racism if we have, um, something that's for Black people instead of it being for all people? Well, obviously the implications of it would benefit all people, but is there something that people maybe feel like, why would we have a Black History Month? We don't have a White History Month. Maybe you've thought that before. I mean, I've heard that said before. I have an answer to that. We don't have I was talking about Asian violence here. Here's where I'm wrapping it around. We don't have an Asian History Month or a Hispanic History Month. What's going on here? Is there some kind of double standard here? I was going to ask, are we jaded in America? Of course we're jaded in America. That's what happens to us. That's how we are. But how do you celebrate Black History Month? If you're Black, do you celebrate that by letting people know about the accomplishments of African Americans here in our country? Do you let them know about the historical trail that we've faced and that we've blazed? Do you let them know about some contemporary acknowledgments that are going on here? How does one celebrate and acknowledge Black History Month? Or is this a month that you just kind of say, well, yeah, it's February. I guess we have Valentine's, and then you just move on? I would say there's probably a few years around probably when I was in college, maybe a little bit younger, when Black History Month was just kind of like, oh, okay. I mean, we're just going to hear about Frederick Douglass, and they'll be on the screen a couple of Martin Luther King speeches, and just go about our business. Usually, that was probably my college years when I was in the height of basketball season. We weren't thinking about anything else except trying to get to the NCAA tournament, and so please excuse me. But as I've gotten a little bit older and my awareness and certainly my advocacy has grown, it has been an opportunity to wait, pay attention to the comments section, Erskin. But it was an opportunity for me to grow in my understanding of Black History Month and the importance of Black history. Okay. Do we have an Asian History Month? T Nice is with us. Holden Caulfield. I don't know if you celebrate Black History Month with guns. I don't know what you're trying to make by this statement, but as I always say, the snarkier the better. But please remember that from what you're watching on YouTube and watching on Facebook Live, there's about a 10-second delay. So I'm sorry, I'm a rookie at this. It's my second season. I should be better than this. But no, I am trying to navigate the comments here and try to make statements. And so I get so passionate about what it is. And I'm talking about Black History Month and Asians and Asian violence is out there that I forget to pay attention to the comment section. Look down every once in a while and see when. Here's where the show and the people of the show help me out so much. When is Asian History Month in America? I will certainly say something about it on this show. I'm about to, whenever you tell me, after I check my facts. But how are we celebrating Black History Month? American History and Hispanic History Month. Just kind of shows you the diversity that we have in our country. There's all of these different groups that are here. There's some pretty unique things about every cultural group that is in our country, and some heritages that we have an opportunity to learn from, to grow from, and to hopefully get a chance to experience. Because I grew up in Texas. I don't know where you're from or where you grew up, but if it wasn't Texas, you did the best you could. That's why that Texas flag is there at the beginning of the Erskin Music Show. You can take the boy out of Texas, but you can't take the Texas out of the boy. But wherever you grew up, and even if you're in a cold place right now, there are different cultures and different regional sensibilities that you've experienced and things that have helped you to grow up and have certain perceptions about life. And those are some beautiful things. On Saturday, to commemorate my daughter's 13th birthday, we had Indian food Ooh, love me some Indian food. And that butter chicken. Ooh, chicken 65. Anyway, we had an Indian food, and that was from our time overseas. And, a lot of the cultural things that we got a chance to experience. It's neat that you can have those overseas, but you can also have those things right here in good old Nashville, Tennessee. And so the cultures and the beauty of the cultures definitely has impacted us. All right, got some comments that we want to get to here. Um, thank you for letting me know um, about gun violence. Okay, yeah, okay. So I think Holden, where Holden is going, and if I'm wrong, it is an opportunity for advocacy and awareness of some of the contemporary. Help me out, Holden. Here, if I'm going astray, let me know. But it is an opportunity, yes, an opportunity to tell people about some of the things that are going on here. One of the things that we often will fall into is this trap that says, well, Black history is just about history past and has no implication to what's going on in our contemporary society. I don't know what happened to camera two, but I'm just going to look at you guys here. And as Jamar Tisby does in his book, How to Fight Racism, and also in his book, The Color of Compromise, although I didn't love that book. Jamar Tisby, if you're out there, let's talk about that first book. The second book is way better. Um, your skills are increasing, and the argumentation is way clearer in How to Fight Racism. But one of the things that I maybe grew from in the exploration of that book was just the understanding that we are in a civil rights era as well. I mean, regardless of what you think about Black Lives Matter and how you land on that political spectrum and the social spectrum, you have to recognize that we are in a and there are certain things that are going on, incarcerations, and where'd the camera go? Camera can be freezing on me. I only got one camera left, but we address the areas of health, education, and policing in Nashville. And so we're doing our best to try to be diligent to make people aware of some of the inequities that are going on and address those from a faith-based perspective. So yeah, I froze, but then I unfroze, right? Did I unfreeze? So there we go. So there's that. I know the topic that you're all waiting for is for me to talk about Donald Trump. And so without further ado, let's get to our second topic, which is Donald J. Trump. All right. So we are at a historic day because we begin the second impeachment trial. No president has ever been impeached two times, and we begin the trial for prosecution of Donald Trump for the high crime of the people who stormed the Capitol. Now, I'm not getting into the minutia of what were his words intended to mean when he says that we're going to fight and that we should fight. That's what the court of law is going to, and the judiciary committees are going to have to adjudicate here over the next few days and weeks. But what I do want to talk about is the fact that Donald, you never came on this show. I invited you on the show. You didn't come on the show. You had an open invitation. You might be a little bit busy now, so you might not have time to come back on this show, but you are very much invited to the Erskin Music Show, and I would love to talk to you about a variety of issues that I believe our people would be very excited. So I want to make sure, just like I invited Morgan onto the show yesterday, I want to make sure that I gave a clear invitation for Donald to come on the show, and we'll talk about various topics. We'll keep it light, we'll keep it love, we'll keep it fun. But Donald, whenever you get some time, you're invited on the Erskin Music Show. All right, here's the deal. Does anything that anybody says at this point change your mind about Donald Trump? I literally have friends on far extreme sides of the political spectrum. There's some who hate him. They visibly, viscerally, passionately hate Donald J. Trump. They do not, the mention of his name When I wear my little Trump 2020 socks, they just bristle at the fact that I could even do such a ridiculous thing. And on the other side of that, I have friends who totally are in support of Donald Trump, everything that he's done. They're defenders of him. You know, we had to have somebody that was bombastic like that because our country had fallen into disrepair and we needed somebody to come and drain the swamp. I mean, I've literally got friends who are on opposite sides, complete opposite sides of the spectrum related to Donald Trump. And I'm not even here to get into any of that. You thought I was going to pick one side or another. No, I'm in the middle. I'm waiting for Donald Trump to come to me. You see how I did this show? I'm not like, hey, I'm trying to go get on this side or get on that side. I'm like Donald, you come to Erskin Music. This is Black History Month. Um, so anyway, but do you still pray for Donald Trump? That's my question. We're supposed to pray for our leaders. Um, and regardless of your political perspective, if you're a Christian out there, do you pray for Donald Trump? Do you pray for Donald Trump on these days that there would be clarity and that there would be wisdom in the way that this committee takes shape? Are you praying that even if he's not bowed the knee to Christ, that these would be days upon serious reflection, that he would bow his knee to Christ and he would love the Lord and he would fall in line with Scripture? And so the courts are going to do what the courts are going to do. People are going to say what they're going to say. But are we still in a posture of prayer for the president? And I must go ahead and extend that. Thanks, Holden. Are you also praying for President Biden? And there's a former president that is there who's still in the spotlight and we need to be praying for. But are you praying for President Biden? Because, man, I'm just going to go out and be honest with you. Whoa. Box was leaning, man. It's like the Leaning Tower pizza up in this thing. But there was a lot of energy when Trump got elected. They were just like, man, hey, Christians, man, we need to be praying for the president, and his job is tough. And he's got some challenges that are out there, and there's people who are his enemies. And we got to, get on our knees. And this is God's man. And, I heard a bunch of energy out there. There was, man, whew. I went to some Bible studies and some prayer meetings that were just like, man, Donald Trump, man, we're praying for him, man. He's God's man. I mean, he's the one that God has sent here to help us. Well, he's not there anymore. And President Biden is in the office. Are Christians keeping that same energy and praying for President Biden the way that they prayed for President Trump? That President Biden would have wisdom, that he would love the Lord, that he would govern justly, that he would be wise, that he would conduct his affairs in a way that uplifts people. Are we praying with that same kind of energy as it relates to President Biden? Do you still pray for President Trump? These are all questions. Mayoshi says, yep. All right. Who's Harris? Oh, Holden, you need to settle down on there. Look at what Holden has to say here. She hates African Americans even more than Biden. Come on, man. So those of you who are answering the question, yes and yes, thank you guys so much for just that. And I like this comment from Mayoshi. Every president is God's man as God sets up kings and deposes kings. And so for some people, Mayoshi, that's a hard realization. They want to acknowledge that Donald Trump is God's man. They don't want to acknowledge that Biden or Harris out there is God's people. I can't say man. And I know who Kamala Harris is. I'm just messing with you, man. You must not have watched the show before. It's one part comedy and one part seriousness. I kind of put some zingers in there like I did yesterday. I'm not doing that anymore, at least not today. But yeah, light skimming over the topics today. We're going to drill down a little bit more because I've got some things that I want to say because we are the divided states of America these days. And I think, here's my presupposition, excuse me. We as Christians are the ones who can, and the only ones who can help reunite this country and bring about any type of peace or common grace, understanding of common grace to our society. We live in the cancel culture. We live in an era where people pretty much are suspicious of those around them. They're suspicious of both parties are suspicious, particularly of one party. There's conspiracy theories that abound out there. There's information overload. There's government spying. There's big tech takeover. There's all these things that are looming. But as Christians, we can be like, let's just keep praying and doing what it is that we need to do. Not that we're bored. We're not bored. But we are in a position where we just absolutely, it's kind of like the chess master up in this thing, man. The chess master comes and like, you made the first move and he's like, okay, I'm going to beat you in 4. Like, we already know the end of the story. We already know what's about to happen. And so I would just say, man, for Christians, man, we need to be like the chess master up in this thing, up in the United States. So can we get that up? We can get that in the show notes. Look at this. Chess master. I'm doing it because we have the technology. Why not? Here's what we can do on the show. We are the chess masters of the universe. We already know what's about to happen. Satan's going to make a couple of moves. Whoever Satan's people are going to make a couple of moves, and we're already looking at the end of the game and going, you're going to lose. I mean, make that move over there, make that move over there. We got this thing. So don't panic. Christians, do not panic. Let the sound of the dolphin give you peace. Let that get in your heart and solidify your confidence in who the Lord is. So yeah, that's my message here for today. Get the show notes up. What sound effect? Epic fail. That's not it. Come on. All right, good. All right, so for those of you who are making comments, we appreciate the comments. And Holden, thank you for watching for the first time. Hopefully the first time is not the last time. I'll be on here Monday through Friday. We've got special guests. And here we are at our announcements. End of the show. I'm only going to go about 30 minutes each day. Sometimes I'll spill over if I have a guest. Sometimes if I get fired up like I did yesterday and get into some nonsense, some verbal nonsense, we will go a little bit longer. But yeah, I want to end it at this point. We March 15th, put that on your calendars, because Is He Worth It? The music video is going to be coming out. There's going to be some releases and some timed events. I told you there were some big events that were coming. If you've not heard the song before, Is He Worth It? You can find that on iTunes, Spotify. You can stream it, download it, do whatever you do with music. It's found in all those different places thanks to distribution from DistroKid. So DistroKid is helping us out with that. That song is already out. Is He Worth It? The music video, however, that only a handful of people who are decision makers have seen, though that's going to be big. And when I say it's going to be big, there's a major PR firm that has picked that video up, and they're going to be releasing it to the public. And that's going to be a great tool that God can use for the advancement of the kingdom, for awareness about the persecuted church, and for stirring Christians up to live in this world and perhaps even face persecution here in America in a way that we've not before, with the confidence that the Lord is in control. Beginning in March, there's another music video. I actually cannot mention what music video this is, but as it is released and being released, this show will be a great catalyst to be able to talk about that music video. It's with another renowned music artist here in the music world, and that's all I can say about it. So anyway, Jesus is worth it. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your time. That means a lot to me. Get in contact with me. Your comments are always welcome. The snarkier, the better. Remember, we are the chess masters. We're in control of this thing, and that God is going to be glorified and advance his kingdom. Come, his will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And so we thank the Lord for the show. We thank the Lord for each of you. Tune in with me tomorrow. Special guest is going to be Lydia Walker. She's coming on Thursday. We'll set that up for you tomorrow. You won't want to miss Lydia Walker because she's tremendous. And if you're an artist that's out there, if you're somebody that's watching this music show and you're in the Nashville area, then you'll definitely want to watch the show on Thursday, because this is a direct channel to how you begin to make progress in your music career here in Nashville. Great friend of ours, great friend of the show. Thank you guys so much. Erskin Music Show, as soon as I can hit this banner, is signing out.